What up, guys? It's your boy Ruben. You know what it is. And NFL season's right on the horizon. Next week, it is Friday. Next week, Thursdays, is the kickoff of the NFL season. And just want to get my thoughts on the Jags final 53 and what I kind of expect to see this season. And I want guys, I think last year tempered a lot of people's expectations. People were really hyped. We brought in Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer. And if you've been following me long enough, you know that I was not high on Urban Meyer at all. And I didn't love Trevor Lawrence the way a lot of people do. And that doesn't mean that I don't support my team. That is my team. And it doesn't mean that I don't support Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is a good player. I've had some arguments with people where, they think that I'm completely down on Trevor Lawrence. It's not true. What I likened his situation to, like, for instance, I love Joe Burrow, but I had likened that comparison, like, between him and Joe Burrow, to Joe Burrow's Tom Brady and Trevor Lawrence is more Peyton Manning. And I say Peyton Manning was a great quarterback, right? How many people would love a Peyton Manning, right? But the difference between Tom Brady and Peyton Manning is Tom Brady seemed to get it done year in, year out, despite the talent level. He always found ways to win. They didn't always have the greatest offensive line. They didn't always have the greatest weapons. Tom Brady was a force multiplier, and Trevor Lawrence, I didn't feel was a force multiplier. He's Peyton Manning in the sense that you got to have the O line, you got to have the weapons, and for him to hit his maximum potential. And I think we're building decently around him. I mean, this is essentially year one because his last year with Urban Meyer, we failed the kid as an organization, and it was depressing to watch. I said it and like it. I really feel like I need this job in the front office because I'm more right than wrong with these situations, particularly with the Jaguars. But here's what I think. So to be honest with you, I just want to be playing good football and relevant football going into the wintertime. Meaning I don't have to be in the NBA, NFL playoffs, but I want to at least be in the hunt. I want to be playing meaningful games. And I expect them to kind of win 7, 8, and maybe top out at 9 wins. That's what I'm expecting. We do have a little bit of a difficult schedule. So, it's not going to surprise me if it is 5. I'm not making any predictions, guys, but I'll be through the moon if we're over 7 games won. If we're at 7 or over, I'll be through the moon. And the reason for that is I think we have the makings of a defense that could be special, right? I wish we would have did a little more offensively in terms of I was not a fan of re-signing Cam Robinson. I really thought they should have made the play for the left tackle from the Saints. His name escapes me at the moment, but he ended up signing with Miami. We did get Scherf, but I thought we should have made a double down on that offensive line. It would have made a world of difference. A lot of people are shitting on the Christian Kirk contract, but I really believe Christian Kirk could be just as good as a lot of these slot guys. I don't view him as a true number one, but I'm not saying he's Cooper Cup because I know a lot of people are going to jump out the window. But I think, but did you view Cooper Cup as a true number one last year before he hit the Triple Crown? I don't think a lot of us did. We thought he was a good guy, good receiver. He really took off last year with Matt Stafford. I think Christian Kirk has the same kind of toolkit or whatever. Now, again, Cooper Cup's better than Christian Kirk, guys. But I think we haven't seen the best of Christian Kirk. That's ultimately my point. And from what I've seen, Trevor Lawrence is going to be looking for him on third down. The running back situation, I don't 100% know what to expect because we do have Travis Etienne. James Robinson's supposed to come back. So I like the 1-2 punch. But Travis Etienne I think he was a guy that I wasn't super in love with either. I wasn't enamored with drafting him in the first round, but he is another piece. What I see on this offense is plenty of speed, and what the final 53 tells me, if you guys know, again, Doug Peterson is a Kansas City disciple. He's a Andy Reid disciple, and it's all about yak. It's all about getting guys open in space and letting them do what they do, which is what I gather from looking at what we did with the wide receiving core. So Treadwell walked. We ended up trading Laviska Chenault. I'm not happy about that trade actually at all. I know a lot of us were down on Visca, but I just don't believe in giving up on a kid. It's year three, this early, that we invested a high draft pick, even though it was a second round draft pick. I don't believe in just giving up on that, and it's been a problem for me with our current general manager, with him just giving up on guys and taking pennies on the dollar for these guys. I was very unhappy with the CJ Henderson deal. And I know a lot of y'all are going to say, well, he didn't do much. I don't care. He was a first round pick. I thought they could have got more for him. I also think that they could have got more for Laviska Chenault. And if they didn't get more than the 6th and 7th pick, then they should have kept him. Now, what it is twofold. I'm disappointed in Laviska Chenault too. Okay. Because I questioned this last year. It's like, what are you doing in the off season? Are you working on your routes? Because that was ultimately the issue with him. Was he was very raw, but he's strong as a bull. Okay, and from what I saw in year one, was he had very strong hands. Strength is his game, and he has the ability to run through people, and he runs violent, but he lacked speed. And when you lack speed, you gotta be precise in your route running. You gotta know how to set guys up, and I wasn't seeing him doing that. So my question is, what was he doing? And I also question the coaching staff, like what were you guys teaching him? Were you really working on him, or did you just come in and was just like, hey, we're just gonna see who fits our system, and if they don't fit, oh well, they just out. I can respect that to a certain degree, but get appropriate value for guys like that. So he's gone. I'm not going to harp too much on it. I just hate that we keep giving up on guys as early as we do and getting back as little as we do. Now, the only other thing to me that was surprising is we let go of J2 Faley, right? We do have Roy Robertson Harris, Dewan Smoot, Arden Key made the roster, Davon Hamilton. Judging from the amount of defensive linemen we kept and the amount of linebackers we kept, so clearly some of these guys are going to be playing on the D line. And what I mean by that is, I know that right now, theoretically, we're a base 3-4 defense, which I'm sure you'll probably see a lot of on first down. I think we're going to spend a lot of time in kind of nickel situations where Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen are going to be more hand on the dirt, and you're going to have probably Devon Hamilton or Arden Key or whoever else just in the interior, with Aluakun and Devin Lloyd and linebacker and Chad Muma backing them up, right? I think we're going to play a lot of nickel. That was what Darius Williams was about. And I say that just because we kept only 5 defensive linemen, and I know there's only 3 in the front, but 5, where is the depth coming from? So it's got to be that some of the outside linebackers are going to put their hand in the dirt, or going to be pseudo defensive linemen. And I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. I think, we're finally getting Cisco in the game. Rayshawn Jenkins has been having a quietly nice camp. My only concern with the defense is twofold. Is, of course, we got a lot of youth, a lot of guys learning on the fly right now. On the defense, that's going to, rear its ugly head a few times. So I'm going to need y'all to be patient. But the number one thing I'm concerned about was, I don't love our run defense. This team looks like it could be special on third down if we're able to get teams in third and long. But if you can't stop the run, there's not going to be a lot of third and longs. Like all preseason, it's been the story of the preseason. Teams were running on us, and I didn't see where the fix was going to come in. Now, we didn't have Devin Lloyd in there. I don't know if he's, going to fix it, but I didn't like the lack of push from the front 3 or the interior defensive linemen. Too many guys were getting to the second level. That's going to be something to keep our eye on come the NFL season. Now, Ruben, you're crazy. You're not going to win 7, 8, 9 games. I feel y'all. But I also think there's a combination of we're getting better this year, and some of these teams are going to fall back to the pack. I think the Titans are pretty soon going to be a team in transition. They got Malik Willis. I don't know if Ryan Tannehill is going to be able to handle that kind of pressure. Taylor Lewan is getting older at left tackle. They lost Roger Sapple, so that O-line is not going to be the same. And if you just saw Harold Landry, their all-star outside linebacker, pass rusher guy, he out for the season towards ACL. I think the Titans are going to kind of fall back to the pack. Now, I do think the cream of the division right now is the Indianapolis Colts, but you never know. Matt Ryan, we might have seen the best of him. So if that doesn't work out, you could see a situation where, and plus we just played the Colts tough. You can see a situation where maybe we close that gap, and then the AFC, is it the West? I forget which division it is. The one with the Chiefs and Broncos and Raiders. I think those teams are going to cannibalize themselves. So you might see yourself in a situation between them and the North where a lot of these good teams are going to cannibalize themselves, and some bad team might kind of sneak in and have a higher record than expected because a lot of these great teams are going to cannibalize themselves. So that's just my thoughts, guys, on the Jags. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. It's exciting to have this much young talent again, and hopefully we can create that sense of camaraderie, chemistry that we were lacking in the past. Because even when we were good, it kind of felt like it was the defense and pretty much that's it. It was they were really torn between the defense and offense, and it really reared its ugly head when Tom Coughlin, I guess, nixed the negotiation with Jalen Ramsey for his contract, and it just all snowballed from there. I don't want to relive it, but if you guys want to, there's definitely videos where I've discussed, the downfall of the Jaguars in the past. Check out the channel, like, subscribe. Appreciate all the support. Let me know what you guys expect from the Jags this season. And fantasy season's among us. I've had one draft. I got another one coming up in my own league on Wednesday. Let me know what you guys are picking, how y'all doing, and maybe I'll keep you guys posted on how I'm doing this year because I think I'm gonna take it this year. All right, peace out, guys.